BJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the vids. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Three, two, one. What's going on, everybody? It is Tony, aka Friday the 14th, and yes, you are seeing a video on a Friday, or 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It is Tony, aka Friday the 14th, and yes, you are seeing a bonus video. And you ask yourself, why am I seeing this today? It is the 45th anniversary of Friday the 13th, the original Friday the 13th. So what better way to celebrate that than showing off my complete Friday the 14th collection? Friday the 13th collection. It's too much for an old man. Anyways, we've had some comments asking to see like a room tour. But so here it is, bonus content for you. We've been talking about doing a little bit of this, so what better way to start it off than doing something like this? So hope you enjoy the video. Leave comments down below. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. You're coming across this and you haven't seen one of our videos before. We have over 100 episodes of our podcast that you can go back and listen to. If you've been a fan for a long time, one of our 1,000 subscribers, thank y'all so much for the support. Me, Chad, Chance, we all appreciate it so much. Shout out to the boys BJ, Brandon, the Viz, Squints, Mel, everybody that's been part of the podcast and everything. We're going strong. Like I said, we're over 100 episodes, over 1,000 subscribers. We can't thank y'all enough. If you're new, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe down below. Let's get right into my Friday the 13th collection. Start off with the movies themselves, but here first you get the Scream Factory box set of the whole collection of Friday the 13th. Artwork done. I think that's Devin Whitehead and Joel Robinson. So, but yeah, that's the first thing we'll start with. Over in here are the rest of the my Blu-ray and 4K editions of Friday the 13th. I mean, you got the Halloween stuff over there, but we're not talking about that. But it starts right there, and then you move from just the regular 4K releases, an actual steelbook I have. Then you come into the Arrow stuff. You got the 10. Some custom slipcovers that I found. I think that was at Full Moon 2 years ago. And then some bootleg editions of Friday the 13th, especially like the New Blood edition. Right there, it shows the sleeping bag kill in it. Then you got the old school DVD collection that came with a little miniature hockey mask. But yeah, that's the Blu-rays and 4Ks of my collection. Alright, then you come over here, you got some DVDs that I didn't have anywhere, they didn't fit down below, so moved them up here, have some book space, because I got some books and everything. But then I also have my VHS collection. Most of that was supplied by Danger Zone Video, shout out to them. Like I said earlier, I'll be shouting out some people throughout this video that's helped out with the collection. But yeah, that's the complete collection on VHS. And like I said, some random Blu-ray DVDs up there. And that completes the whole movie part of the collection. And we'll just take this section by section and everything. Up first, you got a print of Friday the 13th Part 2, Sackhead Jason by Joel Robinson. He does the Scream Factory, a lot of boutique labels and everything. Always been a fan of his artwork, so real glad to get that print from him. I think it was the last one that he had of those, so super stoked to have that. Then you come down, and I believe these are the original NECA releases. This was like a box set that came with Pamela, and then Pamela's Shrine from Part 2, and one of those Part 2 Jasons. And then there was an individual release of the Jason, which is the other one of those. I'm not sure which one goes with which, But then you have this Mezco Cinema of Fear little thing right here with Alice and young Jason. That was given to me by Willis. Tommy Starr made me an awesome deal on this set. It was one that I was always after that he gave me a hell of a deal on. Then you come down to this row. This row is pretty much part 3 and part 4 figures. You got the original NECA, and then that one right there, the second one back there in the back, that's a Mezco original NECA part 4. Yeah. And then a Mezco part 4, and then these little dudes, these are all Mezcos. The two on the outside are like stylized. You have a bloody version, he glows in the dark, and then you have the just regular standard version. This is, I forget which company this made this, but it's like a Japanese company. It's super tiny. But then probably my favorite out of this is that one right there in the middle. It's a Mezco 1/12. The cloth goods, he just looks amazing. Then you come down to this row. This is part 7, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X remake, all that fits into this perfectly shelf. That's an original NECA New Blood back there in the back. I think this was made by Mondo, because I have another one of these that you'll see here in a little bit. These are McFarlane Movie Maniacs. Jason Goes to Hell. One is, I think that one on the right is the bloody version, and then that one right there is just a standard. And then you got a Jason Goes to Hell Japanese VHS release that I got from Danger Zone Video. A little bendy. There's not much Jason Goes to Hell stuff out there, so whenever you get something, there's, what is it, original NECA Jason Goes to Hell figure that's super pricey. Then you got a Movie Maniacs Uber Jason back there. I forget who made that little thing, but he's pretty cool looking. A remake Jason. Then another, I don't know if that's Mezco or NECA back there, but yeah, it's a remake. Come down to this row. They made another one of those sets NECA made. Freddy vs. Jason. It clearly says it right there at the bottom, but yeah, it has the dock scene with the fire and all that stuff, and then you got a Freddy vs. Jason Japanese VHS as well. Come down here, these are like little bobbleheads and like a 3D print, or yeah, a 3D print that I bought off of Etsy. That looks pretty badass. Freddy vs. Jason little bobblehead, and then these may be NECA bobbleheads remakes. Then you come up, one of the newest pieces that I got, you got this big thing from Tailored to Terror. Got it at Full Moon, this huge New Blood mask. Got it signed by Kane Hodder himself. So, step back a little bit and get this whole thing into that whole little section right there. Booyah. Alright, now we'll come into like the main corner of the collection, and we'll just do it once again shelf by shelf, all that stuff. On the top here, it's not the fanciest of busts. I think these are made by Rubies. You can find them at Walmart, but I got better masks on them than what they came with. This is a part 3 bust that I made up, and then a part 4. It's the same bust as that one, but I did a little, I don't know if you can see it right there, a little custom work to it. I put the gash mark in the head, and then you got these masks were done by Screamers, I believe. Found them off of Etsy, but you can see, I don't know if you can really, it's not gonna pick it up, but there's blood going down the eye. It just gives a part 4 look to it. And then this is also like a cheapo part 7 New Blood little bust. Trick or Treat Studios put this out this past year. It's a Jason Goes to Hell full-on mask that you can wear yourself, but it looks really good and detailed. Little Jason Goes to Hell stuff thing. I mean, you can find them at Spencer's back in the day. I remember seeing them. Then the first mask I ever bought was that cheapo remake one back there. That's why it's hidden. That little mask, my brother got me that one. But yeah, that's the top row right there. with some artwork behind it. Next up, the main thing on these shelves are these NECA Ultimate figures. I've been collecting these ever since they came out. I've got the whole complete set of them. What you don't see over here, you'll see on a totally different shelf. But we'll just start off from and then behind them is something that I recently just picked up. This is the whole Waxworks Records set of the Friday the 13th vinyls. I'm not a vinyl collector. I have some, but they relate to my collection and all that stuff. But yeah, you'll see that I'll talk about those as I'm going through the figures. But this is the newest one that just came out. It's a Pamela Voorhees, super detailed. It's an awesome figure. But yeah, we'll just go in order. And then you got the Waxwork Part 1 vinyl behind it. All these are sealed except for the figures, of course. You got a Part 2 with the sack head on. Put the fireplace in between them, and then you got the vinyl behind it. The vinyls relate to where the figures are. You got a Part 3. Got him on the boat dock shooting the spear gun. Gotta have it. That was an accessory kit that came out a long time ago for these. I mean, that sign came with it as well. You got a Part 4. There's the Part 3 vinyl. There's a Part 4 vinyl back there. And then you got the Dream Sequence Part 5 Jason right there. All right, next row, you got starting off with Roy himself from Part 5 with the vinyl behind him. You got the Part 6 hanging at the bottom of the lake. Supposed to make it look like he's out at the bottom of the lake at the end of the movie with the vinyl behind him. Part 7, A New Blood, Jason. I love this figure. So awesome. I was so stoked when they dropped this one. And then the vinyl for it. Don't have a Jason Takes Manhattan figure yet, but got a Freddy vs. Jason. My least favorite looking Jason, just because, I mean, look, he's wearing platform shoes. Hideous look for him. But you have the Jason Takes Manhattan vinyl behind him, and then you have the Ultimate remake figure. Love the look of that Jason, especially with the sack head. All right, down on, this is what, shelf number 4? Yeah. Down on this row, you have the whole set of the retro collection of Friday the 13th. This was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I forget which year it was. But it came with Pamela and young Jason right there. Got a Part 2. And I couldn't get rid of the art cards that came with them. They're just too sweet. Shout out NWO, Wolfpack. Got a Part 3. Another Part 3, Pamela coming out of the lake. Got a Roy, which was my first ever Jason figure from way back in the Hastings days. Shout out to Hastings, the best store ever. Missed that place. And then Jason Lives, the infamous one that I don't think anybody that had this figure didn't break the fence post to it like I did. So, and then down here on the bottom is just like a bunch of little knickknacks. I mean, you got these two little guys. I forget who made these, but they were like out of like random grab bags. Both of those came from Willis. You got Jason on a Hot Wheels car. That came from Willis. The little Dorbs, whatever that thing is. I believe these were made by Mezco. There's more of those out there that I haven't found yet. Those are Funkos. These little 3 guys are Funkos. There's 2 bloody ones and 1 regular one. Got them in the old school Spider-Man Who's Who. The Clay Guys figure right there. You got these little dudes. Part 2. Like a Part 3 and a Roy. Scooby-Doo style Jason. Master of the Universe. Little Lego Jason. Mr. Potato Head Jason. Yeah, just a bunch of little knickknacks down here. But, yeah, there's a little shot of that whole corner right in there with the bust and the figures and everything. But, yeah, we'll swing it over to this wall next. It's got some good shit on it, too. Alright, over on this side of the wall, we got some big posters. That's the first poster I ever got, that final chapter. I've always loved the look of the final chapter poster with the mask and a knife going through it and the blood. And then got a sick ass Jason Takes Manhattan. I believe that's an original. That's also from Willis as well. He gave me that for nothing. He just had no room for it and knew I was a huge Friday the 13th fan. He was like, hey man, take it. It needs to get home. Sure. Hello. Let's see. It's a CJ Graham signed machete up there. A little 3D print. A wanted poster of Jason. A little knife. My mom got me that for Christmas. I couldn't never get rid of it. That right there, that print, that's all the actors that played Jason in full costume and everything. Jordan the Viz got me that at our first time going to Days of the Dead, I believe. So, should have got that thing signed by all of them too. Never thought about that. Too late now for Steve Dash. But, anyways, I'm rambling. Got this little rustic sign. My mom got me that one year for Christmas. But we'll start off going through this shelf. You got the big quarter scale NECA figures in front of, that's the Crystal Lake Memories documentary book. I got the movie as well. You saw it over there. Just like a little 3D print. This Valentine's card my wife got me. I mean, it's fucking sick as hell. Can never get rid of it. A little 3D bookend thing. And these little cassettes. Shoot. I forgot who made those. But I got, no, TerraVision. Got them through TerraVision. I'm missing one more. I gotta get it to complete the collection. But anyways, you got the part 4 final chapter NECA figure. Love that figure. He just looks like a beast. So does this one. Love the look of it. And then you got a New Blood quarter scale, and then come back to the Freddy versus Jason figure, and lo and behold, he's got his disco shoes on. John Travolta called and said he wanted his shoes back. Let's see. We got Adrienne King signed bottle of her wine. There's none in there, but it's signed by Adrienne King. Got that from Danger Zone. I don't drink coffee, but a Machete Brew Friday the 13th coffee blend. Go figure. What is this saying? This is a piece of wood off of one of the cabins from the original Friday the 13th. My brother got me that. You got a Mezco, bigger Jason right there. This little VHS, it lights up when everything. And then the first thing I ever got signed in the first mask, like other than like mask, but the first hockey mask I ever bought. Oh no, I didn't buy this. My wife got me this mask. But it's signed by Kane Hodder up there on the top. Derek Mears, remake Jason. And then signed by some wrestlers to get, and actually Cody Rhodes autograph is right there on my Jason mask. You got Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. We won't talk about that autograph. That's Adam Page. But yeah, just a signed mask with random autographs on it. But yeah, Cody, of all people, Cody Rhodes right there. Autograph on a Jason mask. Then you come down. These are some bigger, the old school Sideshow. Just some of them. I need to fill out the collection of these. But they are hard to find new or in good shape and for a good price. But you got the part 1 Pamela, and then you got a part 2 Sackhead, got a part 3, and then that's a Pamela I had for a long time. She just had a machete to her, but I found a brand new one for an amazing deal, so why not have her laying down beheaded behind him? And then you got a couple laser discs. Then you come over, this is like the newer Sideshow Jason. He's pretty sick looking. And then this is a custom one my cousin gave to me, Roy. I mean, it is super sick. I don't know if I can get the mask off him. No, I can't without messing it up. So, but Roy is under there. I can't pronounce the name who makes this little statue, but it's a part 3 little hunchback, and then you got a New Blood Mezco. Both of those are Mezcos with some just little hawks behind them. I think those are all NECA hawks. Then we come down to the next one. This is all Mezco with some random hockey masks behind them. You got a NECA Roy, you got a Part 6, a New Blood mask. Then you got these stylized Mezco Jasons. And then you got these Living Dead dolls. Part 2. You got a Jason Takes Manhattan mask back there. Freddy vs. Jason remake. And those little dudes. And you come down, like I said, I have a few Funko Pops. I got the Chase Jason one. Got the regular one in the box. But like the Chase, he glows in the dark. Then I got the Roy one, signed by Dick Wayne and Tom Morga. And then I got the Part 2. And then he's like 8-bit-ized Jason. On some Jays. But then that gives you kind of like a, you can make up some more. Yeah, a quick shot of like that corner. It's full of Jason and some wrestling mixed in there. Yeah, a lot of Jason. A lot of Jason. Alright, the rest of this is mainly just all artwork from here on out. This print my wife got me a long time ago and got it framed. It's like a newspaper article. Some artwork that's done by Kill the Music, Chad's brother. He's on Instagram. I'll put his link in the bio, but he did those 2 prints for me. That one down there, that one's from my mom, I believe she got me. Then I got a old school Freddy vs. Jason standee with some knickknacks on it that just mean a lot to me. All that jazz. And then, like I said, we'll come over into the artwork part. We got a painting, a print from 3D. You got this thing, got this from Chad a long time ago. Still up. And then these prints came with the box set from Scream Factory. That's done by Joel Robinson. It's one of my favorite prints. I mean, there's just so many details within the poster. And then this one's done by Devin Whitehead. But it's just got all the Jasons in it. It's just sick. But this one, it's just got so many little details in the painting. Then I got these from Scarefest quite a few years ago. I forget who, Terrence Muncie, I think it may be the artist of these. But you got a Part 2, 3, 4. I just like the style of all these. You got a Part 6, a New Blood version, another New Blood, an Uber Jason, and then this is like an old school like blacklight piece of artwork. One Man Riot, I think that's who he is on Instagram. I had to look it up, but I'll put the links down below. And you got some little artworks. That's Miss Lori Holt gave me that many years ago. Miss Lori's been so awesome through the years. And then you come down, you got this little print right here of like a Part 4-ish meets a Part 7. And yeah, pretty cool. And then you come down, this is the first vinyl I ever received. It was a wedding present from my brother, but it's signed by Harry Manfredini. It is the first print of the Friday the 13th soundtrack by Waxwork. But yeah, he gave me that a long time ago. It was a wedding present from him. So shout out to my brother for that one. And then you got me meeting some of the Jasons. I gotta add some pictures to it. You got Dick Wayne, you got CJ Graham, Kane Hodder when he could choke you out for a picture. You can't do that no more. And you got Derek Mears. Alright, we'll move right into the last little corner of the room. And this is pretty much like my NES Jason shrine. Got a similar print to like I just showed you. And you come up here. We got this at the first Days of the Dead we ever went to. I think my wife got me this print, and she's always said she loves like the colors on it, and I've always loved that one too. But then you got a machete and an axe that I painted myself. Not too hard. Come down here, you got a NES game out of box, and then I have a complete Friday the 13th game in box, manual, everything right there. And then you got another one of those little Mondo dudes, just NES style. Another little retro. And then the last two to complete the Ultimate Collection, you have the San Diego Comic-Con for 2013. Some of which is 12 years old. That's crazy. You'll be 12 years old this summer. It's crazy. And then you got the regular edition. I mean, you can see the difference between them. One is like clear, translucent, and one's just like that. Come down here, you got like a little fancy Friday 13th and the NES colors. And then this was a bigger 3D print to that one that was over there to the other side, but it came gray and I just painted it like NES style. Did that myself. Pretty proud of that one. Not too shabby. Come down here, you got some more little NES little knickknacks. You got Funko Pops. Another little Scooby-Doo one I painted myself. A Funko Pop. I painted up. Yeah, one of the little 8-bit ones in box and out of box. A little Dorby. Two more little things I painted up. My brother got me this little NES thing down here. But you don't, there's not much to the NES stuff. I got what there is available of it. Yeah, there's a pretty much a little overview of the whole NES style collection. Yeah, that's it for all of my stuff in the Friday the 13th collection. Happy Friday the 13th anniversary, everybody. Till next time, we out this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. I might just join the team, hating on me.